What's going on, team? Welcome to today's live trading session. It's Friday, so I don't really trade Fridays, but it was a pretty slow week this week. A lot of pairs just moved super early. That's pretty much the same case for today. Only pairs I haven't done. Let's go back to this. My bad. Only pairs I haven't done STP or ADR yet for the day. Pretty much are these with the red flags next to them, right? So GU, US 30, oil, gold, and Bitcoin. um STP ADR isn't done, hasn't been hit, but all of the pairs look the same, very identical, right? They're all in the middle of their zones, right? They're not really trending. Um, you know, in the case for GU, this is a pair I want to start seeing uptrends, right? I'm looking for buys on GU. But price is still making lower lows or lower highs. So, with that being said, it's a point where we understand that in the middle of the zone, right? Because we know we're trading between the 30-minute high and the 30-minute low. In the middle of the zone, right, they're going to throw fake engulfing candles to make you believe that this is where price is going to come back and retest to continue, and then it's just going to go down, hit your stop loss, right? As soon as stop loss is hit, sweeps the low, goes back to the top side, right? All in the middle of the zone. This is just a zone, right? The reasons why I don't trade the middle of the zones, the reason I don't trade in the middle of consolidation, the reason I don't trade going counter against the trend, right, is because this is where all the fake outs are going to happen. Is it unfortunate that sometimes fake outs last a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month? Yeah, it does suck, right? But this is the biggest case, right? This is why you see a lot of traders talking about, oh, we had a really bad month this month. We were losing, we were getting faked out, but next month is better, right? The thing is, if you understand the zones you're trading in, and you realize again as a trader, you got to think of it as long term, right? Think of it as a profession. If you understand that you're not in the correct zone to take a trade, you just gotta not take a trade. You can't force a trade, right? I'm not gonna force a buy when price is making lower lows and lower highs, right? With that being said, not every day is a trading day. Not every week is a trading week. Not every month is a trading month. Will you have a few trades here and there on months where it's not the best setups? Yeah, of course, absolutely. But we just gotta wait for those opportunities, and we really haven't had any of those opportunities this week. Again, understanding that we're in the last week of the month. Again, that's when usually the fake outs happen. Not only that, we're in the middle of the zones. Again, that's where the fake outs happen. For the most part, for pairs that are uptrending, we're in an overall consolidation. We're at the top of the zone of consolidation, which again, in an uptrend, you don't want to look for buys at the top of consolidation. Until when? Until you get the break of structure above the consolidation, you get a pullback, you enter on the pullback, right? You make a higher high, a pullback going into a higher low, you enter on the higher low going long, and exit in the higher high. It really is that simple. And we'll visualize it. We could draw it out here. You're in the zone of consolidation. Prices consolidating, just moving sideways. Where do you want to look for buys? You either want to look for buys down here to exit up here, or you're going to be looking for buys after price breaks, gives you a retest. This retest could either be the retest of the zone to continue, or the retest could be a 50-50 trade, which we would call a type 3 pattern, where price pulls back into the 50% of consolidation and then pulls up. That 50% could be a 50% retracement off the fib. It could be a 50 EMA, a bounce off the 50 EMA. It could be an engulfing candle that's in the middle of the zone. There's a whole bunch of confluences that we could use in the time of trading when we look for an entry. So, with that being said, GU still hasn't done STP, but we could see that price, just to keep it simple, we have the high of the day, we have the low of the day. Where's price at between the high and the low is in the middle, right? Is rejecting to break the internal lower low, lower high, lower low, is doing fake breakouts of the highs, then going back down, right? So there's no entries here at all, right? Anybody who tells you otherwise is just playing fucking heads or tails with the market at this point. So, with that being said, GU, we'll skip on to the next one until we could look for another opportunity. So US 30 just been consolidating for the last day. Gave us 2 days a drop. On the third day, gave us a drop. So today I'm expecting price to give me a no net or a day a rise. At this point, again, we could see that price has rejected these lows multiple times. We still don't have any engulfing candles. Just like yesterday, we had exhaustion candles to the top and went down, gave us an exhaustion candle to the bottom, and then it went up. Then it went down again, it gave us another exhaustion to the bottom, and it just kind of just started consolidating for the last couple of hours. So, US 32, just for now, I'm gonna wait it out. I'm not gonna get into any positions that I don't need to be in. Um, and I really wasn't gonna turn the stream on today either for this live trading session, but I said, you know what? We'll turn it on and we'll go over some of the charts. At least if we're, I think we have news at 8:30. Let me double check. Yeah, we have news at 8:30, so I said, you know what? I'll turn it on for a little bit, see if we could see something before news. Oil's in the same spot, right? We swept the 4-hour highs, then started going short. Yesterday, as we can see, gave us that type 3 pattern where price broke out of consolidation, came back 50% of consolidation, started going back down again. And then for today is the same situation as GU pretty much. We have these highs that price still hasn't broken out of. These could all be exhaustion candles to go short. And we also have the lows that obviously the lows were tapped into. Right, lows were tapped into, gave us an exhaustion candle to go up, but gold is a pair where again trading, I'm going short. I'm not looking for longs. I don't trade counter. I don't trade against the trend. So I'll look for our next opportunity going short when the time presents itself. And then gold just consolidating. Right now, there's a lot of people who are treating this as a bullish engulfing candle. Or I'm not bullish engulfing. A bullish flag post pattern. Right? There's a lot of people who are treating this as lower low, lower high, lower low, and this is a lower high to go into a lower low. A lot of people are treating this as this is a sweep of the lows. Price started going up, right? And again to go back up for another flag post pattern kind of entry. So right now we just gotta wait it out. What I want to wait for is an engulfing candle. Next thing I would want to wait for is wait to see what price wants to do with these zones. Right now we're in the middle between the high and the low. So I want to see either price break these lows to continue, or I want to see price break these highs to continue going up. And that's pretty much it, guys. I don't really have any other pairs to look at. We could go over a few. I know last night we were looking for GJ for a third day drop for 372. As soon as we got price to, once I pretty much saw this, right? We were into this trade of an aggressive trade. Let's go back. Right, 7 p.m. was when we were still live streaming. We're doing the isolation session. Once I saw that price started going down, and then it rejected these lows, I got out once we got this here. So I got out in profit. And then obviously as soon as I got out, an hour and a half passed, and then price gave us an engulfing green candle and just continued to go up to the top side. So GJ is one of those pairs where if it wants to continue to push, it can. So I wouldn't doubt it if price decides to start going back down now for the end of the day. But it's all good. We'll wait for next week to develop. We'll wait for Sunday, the market session to open for next week, and then we'll start capitalizing on those trades. But right now, what I want to focus on, I'm just gonna focus on two pairs, and I think the best two pairs to really just focus on for the rest of the day. It's not gonna be oil. It's not gonna be GU. Just gold, Bitcoin, and US 30 are really the best ones in my opinion for now. I'm gonna wait for this 8:30 news to hit. Depending on how that moves, will pretty much be that'll be when we'll make a decision on what we're gonna do. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Any pairs you guys want me to go over, let me know. If not, we'll just be sitting here waiting on these two pairs, or these three pairs to do something. We'll wait for news to hit in 20 minutes, and then we'll go on from there. News is about to drop in a few seconds here in 22 seconds. Just take a look at these other pairs real quick. Just looking at US 30 gold and Bitcoin for today. Alright, let's see, we got a couple seconds. See if we got some crazy volume. I don't think so. US 30 opened up with a gap going long, left the gap going short, expecting that to be filled before it does anything else. Bitcoin, on the other hand, did not give us an entry opportunity, never gave us the retest of the engulfing, and just went straight into profit. So, and then gold, what we were talking about, I am expecting price to sell off on gold. See, we still haven't filled that gap up yet on US 30. Gold, we just gotta wait it out. We have an engulfing candle. We do not. Come. 173 is STP, so we're gonna be looking at these highs over here. Okay. Here, what's good, Muhammad? Welcome to the stream, my brother. Great rising. What I missed was out this morning. Just got back home. Nothing really. I turned the stream on right before the news. Um, Everything hit STP ADR for the remainder of the day. Only thing really left that I've just been keeping an eye on, US 30 gold and Bitcoin are the only ones that were still just moving sideways. As you can see here with gold, price is just moving sideways until the news that just hit. Got a little bit of that green candle. Same thing for US 30 pretty much. Price is just consolidating for the last 2 days. News just hit, opened up with a gap, and it started going up. So, I'm not expecting price to continue the push to the top side without filling that gap up. And then Bitcoin gave us an engulfing candle, but didn't give us a retest before the news. So, just kind of waiting to see what price wants to do. We've been on the same boat, that we've been on all week. Um, if price doesn't hit STP or ADR, but it gives us a clean break of structure of these highs, meaning if the next 30-minute candle opens, let's say this green candle closes here. If the next 30-minute candle closes above, gives us a break, and then the next candles come back down and give us a retest, this is where I'll take my entry to continue that push to the top side somewhere in this area here. Other than that, I don't really have another entry for Bitcoin. That's pretty much the only thing I'm looking for. I want to see a clean break of these highs. If we could get a clean break before we hit STP, and if we could get a pullback before we hit STP, and TP would be a little lower actually. It's 173 is TP for this, so my TP would be somewhere in this area. If we could get price to give us a pullback before it hits, then we'll see if we catch an entry. Pretty much same thing for US 30, right? We saw how many times it threw exhaustion candles to the top, went down, threw exhaustion candles to the bottom, went up, went back down, gave us another exhaustion candle to the bottom, went back up to the middle, went right back down to the bottom. So, we don't have any clean breaks on US 30 either until we break these highs. So, I'm kind of just, I wanted to turn the stream on just to not have, 3 days in a row where we don't turn the stream on, to be honest with you. But you know, it is what it is. Market is shaping up for next week for sure. So, worst case scenario, we'll finish this week off with no trades really, nothing significant. I don't know if you watched the live session from last night, but GJ, I was in a trade on GJ. I was in a short for 372 where price gave us the change, gave me a 50% retracement. I got in right on the 50% retracement. I was in profit, and then once I saw that, I woke up. As soon as I started seeing that price was failing to break these lows here, and it started breaking above, kind of gave me a double bottom. I cashed out. So it was only like a 25 pip catch. Wasn't nothing too crazy, but price then rejected and went straight right back to the top side. So that was pretty much GJ was pretty much the only trade I had on my watch list for today. But we'll see. We'll see if we can catch something. We'll see what we could do here. Man. Hopefully today we get something. Looking slim. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't believe we will get an opportunity today. But if we do, it'll be really nice. Alright, my brother. Alright, so can't say we're looking good. Reason why. We'll break this down. Usually, for the most part, the correlation between gold and Bitcoin are are opposite at times. The fact that they're moving together, a little skeptical, right? Again, not every single time, but at times they are different. Um, Now the ones we can know that are for sure opposite: USD CAD, USD ZAR. We know that if USD CAD, USD ZAR is going down, US 30 going up, right? Doing the opposite. So USD CAD, as we can see, is on the push down. USD ZAR also on the push down. We understand that USD ZAR, we have 3 days of rise. Today being the third day, it looks like price is going to give us either a rise no net or a rise drop to finish the week off. We know that price also broke above the zone of consolidation that we had in the internal time frame, and we know that in the external time frame, which is the daily view, 4-hour view, we know that in the daily view we're in a consolidation zone at the top of it. We know that in the 4-hour zone, the zone of consolidation that we could see broke below the zone and started going up. So could this be the break below to give us a lower high to continue to push to the bottom? Could be it. And if that's the case, then we understand that if price gives us a lower high, which is where we're at right now, if we zoom out, we can see that lower low, lower high, price, all of this is trending. All of this is part of the same trend, lower low to a lower high, right? So with that being the case, if we know that if USDZR is going to continue that push to the bottom to give us the lower low, lower high, going into a lower low, then we know that US 30 is most likely going to want to continue that push to the top side. So again, we know that US 30 also gave us this gap that opened up that 8:30 a.m. candle. So I am going to be looking for price to come back down, fill that gap up before we continue the move to the top side. Red candle doesn't have a bottom wick, so there's not a valid engulfing candle. You can see that gap. And then gold is back on the 800 EMA. So we will see what price wants to do. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll see what price wants to do. And again, for Bitcoin, I want to see that clean break of the highs. So right here is just a clean vision as to why being patient in the market pays, man. 24 seconds for this candle to close. Let's see what it does. At this point, gold is basic chart. Basic bar, but then you block it like you 8 feet tall. With the truck with the soul tape on. So this BOS is going to be very difficult. Why? Because a break of structure, we want to see price break above the first candle, the wick, right? So at this point, I'm not, if let's say the candle would have had a wick up here, let's say that this wick didn't exist, right? If this next green candle were to close up here without touching the BOS line, right? If price were to close up here and then give us a pullback, that would be a little bit more of a play to continue this push to the top side. At this point, I'm not expecting price to come back up here and go short all the way up here to then go all the way back up here, right? At this point, what I'm looking at is this is an exhaustion green candle, and this is probably where price, again, in the zone of consolidation, we just keep bringing that up, right? We have this zone of consolidation where price right now, based on how we're looking at it, is still testing highs, and this could just be lower low, lower high, lower low, where again price fails to break these highs. It just keeps sweeping traders out, gives us an exhaustion candle to go back short into the bottom of consolidation, right? So we're in a situation right now where it just doesn't make sense to try to catch a trade here without understanding that price is most likely going to just trap us in this trade if we end up getting in anytime now. So at this point, gold already did STP as well with that news candle. We're missing a few pips. Before we get off, I'm gonna go through each pair one by one and just see how they moved. AU went back up to the top, gave us a change of character. EA still consolidating in the middle of the zone. ECAD broke below the lows, swept lows, and started going to the top. Didn't give us an exhaustion, or it didn't give us an engulfing candle at any point. EU continued to push to the top side. Did STP going short and then fucking just shot up, going back up to the top side. Just hasn't stopped. Again, swept the lows, started going back up to the top side. GA moving counter, going back down. GCAD also just melted, going counter. And again, the reason why we were at the top of the daily highs, we already know after a daily break, we're expecting a daily pullback. So right now, we're just looking for that pullback to be set so we can start looking for trades going long for a continuation. GJ's in peak high territory. We know it did the move going counter. GU, we know we're looking for price to go up in V1. That's exactly what it did. Did STP early on, so it's not a pair we were keeping an eye on. And either way did the same thing as gold pretty much. Just one candle with that news just hit STP back up to the top side again. USD CAD moving counter trend, going against the overall trend. Oyo's moving counter again, counter trends. ZAR's moving counter trend, going short. Gold's in peak high territory, so right now we're just kind of waiting for price to trend, and we'll catch a continuation on the trends. And then Bitcoin also just waiting for a trend to start developing, right? To get out of these places where zones are, or where price is just consolidating, moving sideways. Faking traders going long, then going short all the way back down to the bottom, consolidating, faking traders out to the bottom, faking traders out to the top, faking traders out to the bottom, faking traders out to the bottom, faking them out at the top, going back down. So as soon as we get out of these zones of consolidation, I'll start looking for more trades. But that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys have a good rest of your Friday. Have a good weekend. We'll be back tomorrow for the weekly market breakdown. I don't have a set time yet that I'll do that. It'll probably be in the evening. But tomorrow I do want to go over engulfing candles. I want to go over exactly what they are, what they look like, how you can set your stop losses, where you're going to be setting your take profits, and you know which ones are real engulfing candles, which ones are fake ones. Which is similar to the double bottoms, the double tops, the flag post patterns. You know, why do some work, why do some don't? It depends on where you're at in the market structure. So that's pretty much it for me today, guys. We'll see you guys this weekend for the weekly market breakdown, and then we'll see you guys again on Monday for the live trading session and the isolation session at 7 p.m. So peace out, guys.